Hello and welcome once again to Woke Watch, and today we're going to be looking at the latest nonsense from some of the wokest of the woke, the people I refer to as the pronoun police. Until recently, pronouns weren't a big deal for two reasons. Firstly, when pronouns are used, the person being discussed usually isn't present, so it makes no fucking difference to them whatsoever. And secondly, well, I wouldn't think I need to explain my pronouns are he, him. I've got a fucking beard. I'm clearly a man. In the same way that someone with a squeaky voice and tits is probably a woman. Now, to be honest, I can understand why pronouns would be important. Say for someone who is genuinely transitioning. That's fair enough. But it doesn't apply to Z-list celebrities like Sam Smith and Demi Lovato, who say that they're transgender in a desperate attempt to remain relevant. And that applies to the rest of the general population. Just because you're boring and fuck ugly doesn't mean you're a different sex. But then the cult of the eternally offended got involved. Those bastards who scream about everything. And they started demanding that people put their preferred pronouns in their Twitter bios, and the same applies to Facebook and Instagram. And anyone who refused to was labelled a TERF or a transphobe or whatever the fuck it is they're moaning about this week. And there are now companies encouraging their employees to sign off emails with their name and their preferred pronouns. Why? I'll say now, if I send a message that says my name's Danny and my preferred pronouns are she and her, I'm having a fucking breakdown. However, as we know, wokeness and sanity do not make good bedfellows. So now the anti-everything brigade are taking to TikTok, their social media platform of choice, and are sharing new pronouns. These are words they've plucked out of the fucking air. So forget he, her and them. They've been replaced with ni, ner and nem. Why? Fuck knows. But if I hear someone going ni, ner, I'll assume it's a 6-year-old pretending to be a police car. And if someone says ni, then I'm going to think that's a dedicated Monty Python fan who's about to ask me for a shrubbery. If you got the reference, well done. We are no longer the knights who say ni, we are now the knights who say eki 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 patang vupa. So ni, ner and nem. You'd be forgiven for thinking that as a society, we've reached peak stupidity. But there's more to come, because these pronouns can be used interchangeably, so that an individual can say they are female, male, both and neither. Is it just me? And they can also be mixed with conventional pronouns. So I could describe myself thus. This is Danny. Ni is at a nature reserve where she is recording a video for they or them's YouTube channel. This is giving me a fucking headache. But there's yet another level to go on the wokeometer. Because some of the people using ni, ner and nem, let's be blunt, they're fucking retards, are also using another pronoun. Demon. A mythical creature. They can't even be something that fucking exists. Sod it, I'm no longer Disgruntled Danny, I'm now Sparkle Shits the Unicorns, plural. So now I can be described as this is Danny, Demon is at a nature reserve where ner, she, them, whatever is recording for his, we'll do it, his YouTube channel. Can it still be called YouTube, or do we have to change it to they, them tube? So why does it matter? Well, to be blunt, it's about power. Because woke minority groups made up of the clinically insane, they're making up their pronouns and demanding that everyone else uses them. And anyone who doesn't is, well, a bigot or a monster, but not a demon, because they're hurting nem's feelings. How deluded, self-obsessed and self-important are these people, demanding that the rest of society changes the way that we use language just to appease those fucknuggets? However, I have faith, because I can finish this video with news of a victory for common sense, because here in the UK, the Supreme Court has turned down applications for gender-neutral passports. These would have been marked with an X rather than female or male. And they've done so on the grounds that if someone is travelling and needs medical attention, it's rather fucking important that the people attending to them know what that person is rather than what they identify as. As ever, That was hard to get through, but thanks for watching.